Senegal in West Africa is where we are, the Sahara Conference of the Basketball Africa League, US Monastir of Tunisia and BAL debutants APR of Rwanda. Well, of course, when we look at the 2022 champions, we'll take a look at some of the familiar faces from that team. Usher.
Well, you look at Amrou Boulage and Chris Crawford playing his fourth BAL tournament. He's a veteran of the league. And Oussama Marnaoui, Ater James Majok, the face of Monastir, helped them win that season 2. And Firas Layani, very instrumental for the team, for the Tunisian champions. And you get the feeling that they want to bring that energy back here and try to make the playoffs once again to Kigali.
Let's take a look at APR of Rwanda. Well, let's take a look at the starting 5 from APR Rwanda. We got 2 players out of the 5 who played in the BAL before, Asha.
Yeah, obviously Adonis Fila there, and Noel Obadia making his debut in the BAL. He helped the Westchester Knicks win that in-season tournament. Dario Hunt, William Robbins, the captain, looking to replicate there. But Alex Mpoyo bringing some of that experience from playing with the Rwanda Energy Group, and they will be looking to make sure that they bring that energy here for the Army side.
Okay, time for the tip-off. Thank you, Q. And Marnaoui. With the ever-dangerous Layani picking the ball up, goes for the first points in the Sahara Conference, but there's no points scored, but you can see that US Monastir will be happy with that because, well, there was a little bit of contact there in the paint.
Looking at Dario Hunt is going to be very key in that paint for the Rwandan champions, but should make a good matchup with Ater Majok. They know each other from the national playoffs last September, met in the semi-finals, and they probably have a score to settle there.
Majok, Boulage of Tunisia. That is how you do it. What a fantastic opening score there. It's a dunk from Majok.
Definitely had to be Majok with that kind of energy here.
We're expecting monumental things from Majok, of course. He's just a phenomenon in the BAL, and of course a winner with the US Monastir. Here's Noel going down and driving through, swings it back out to Hunt, and a good opportunity for them to try and find their range. Fila to Noah, goes up, oh! And it's the first 3-pointer. How about that for a bucket?
That's a perfect welcome for Obadia Noel here in the BAL, just bringing that experience from the G League. And it's been very important for APR.
Yeah, the Westchester Knicks in Massachusetts. The Raptors 905, long-range shot coming from downtown from that man Majok, and it's been picked up down in the corner. And you can see that Coach Kidani a little bit frustrated with his players so far.
There's a bit of jitters, and you understand why Kidani is feeling that way on the sideline. But looking at that dunk there for Majok, introducing himself in season 4 of the Basketball Africa League here in Dakar.
Picked up by Obadia Noel. Noel using Poyo, swings it back out. Fila doing the business, and it's a 3-pointer that goes up, and it doesn't fall. Picked up by Majok defensively, and they go up into enemy territory with Chris Crawford this time. Chris Crawford, mid-range 2, off the front side of the metal. Fila from Noah. Donis Fila going up for a long-range shot. A couple of frantic minutes. They get in the lay of the land, these two teams. Q, you can pick up this and sense the smell on the court that it's going to be very frenetic.
It is, and an interesting conversation with Billy Payno just before the start of the game, talking about APR's philosophy. It's find the open man, or if there's an open man, the ball's got to move to them, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to put that into motion in this opening game, despite the nerves.
Well, there's nothing like a little bit of nerves, is there, Usher? You know, this is the moment that we saw Marnaoui just lose possession as he tried to weave between players.
Yeah, you can see the impact that Obadiano brings to this APR side. He's fast on the floor, and that's the sort of game that APR want to play today. They want to run with the ball right from the start and show that, yes, they could come into this game as underdogs, but they're not scared of US Monastir.
Why would you be scared? I mean, you're playing in the BAL. Come on. Here we go. Noel puts it through as the attempt to drop it in. And Dario Hunt getting points for APR. They move 5-2 ahead.
Well, we spoke about that matchup there, Dario Hunt and Ater Majok. It's 2 for 2 right now on the points scoreboard. Should be interesting going further in the game.
Very frustrating. Well, it's Majok trying to rise up, and the swatting to try and stop him from getting up high enables them to steal the ball back. Trying to go high off the glass there. Noel doesn't happen, and it's back out. Crawford finding space, gets it back out. Marnawi, and that's nicely done. He ghosts in from the corner there. Boalag to drop in 2.
Well, incredible way that he whips through the paint there to get the easy 2 faked Mpoyo and use the best line very easily.
William Robbins just inside of the arc, off the glass. Big score. Big score there for APR. Gets fouled in the process.
It is the captain's play there for William as he tries to introduce himself here offensively. He was knocking on that door earlier with the 3-point attempt. But Marnawi trying to foul there, but it is a 3-point play for William.
I spoke a little bit about nerves, Robbie, but it doesn't seem to be nerves. APR playing freely and finding their offense quite comfortably.
Listen, Q, we saw APR play against the Academy last year in Kigali, and we saw what Maztrak was doing, and they managed to sneak the win. But this is a team that, with the home-based players, now we've got, of course, foreign contingent coming in, and Coach Track, he's really worked hard to try and just perfectly place his players, bring in the right players. We know that the BAL is all about the right mix, Usher.
Yeah, well, you talk about Coach Maz. He really helped the team win their first league trophy in 14 years, and that was back in September. They started to prepare very early on, got a training camp in Qatar, and also played Bangui, actually, the team that played in the NAL conference. They played them 3 times in Kigali. They also had a great check, I should say, in the first league by their opponents, Reg and Patriots, and that really helped them to come here to Dakar with some confidence in their camp.
Well, this is the attempt from the free throw line. You could just see that over straight into the hands of Robbins, who went up for that score, and he's going to try and extend that.
A big moment, a little bit for US Monastir. Marnawi picks up his second foul and a forced change for Coach Mohammed.
Yeah, it's interesting, that is, and you've got to be super careful because a player who's in the starting 5 who already gets sent to the bench within the first 4 minutes, not a good sign. You can see there's a little bit of frustration, not from these dancing fans from Senegal, the home of Teranga, which means hospitality, doesn't it?
Absolutely, the land of the Teranga, the fans, they always bring so much color here to the Dakar Arena. It's one of the beautiful things that we love here in Senegal.
One of hundreds.
One of hundreds and thousands.
Crawford. We know what he does. Amru, there's Leani, Majok, familiar names. If you follow the BAL, you know exactly what's happening. Oh, it's a corner 3 for the big man Crawford.
It is a nice corner 3 there for Crawford, just reminding everybody that he can drive into the paint, he can shoot behind the arc, and he knows this team very well, APR, after playing for the Patriots.
Does he need any reminding?
Absolutely not.
He doesn't, because he just hits it, doesn't he? That's Noel. There's nicely done, trying to get the high ball over the top there from Dario Hunt, the American 34-year-old. And, well, there's a good opportunity here. Leani trying to muscle himself out, and there's the attempt at 3. The scramble by Boalag. They get the ball back. US Monastir, it's a 1-point game. fiercely competitive conference. That's what we're expecting. Majok unable to get high again, and a good marshalling at in defense there from APR.
Yeah, there's good eyes on Majok. They know what he can do in the paint. He already showed them a little bit of that touch earlier, so they are helping on defense.
Filer goes up for a big long-range three. Doesn't happen. The ball flapped and swatted away, and as we approach the halfway mark, there's Majok. So it's not often that we don't see Majok climb up and do what Q used to do when he was on the court.
Q, well, we could give you a jersey and you could fit in right well.
I've retired. We've spoken about this.
Oh, come on. Come out of retirement, Q. You've still got what it takes.
Well, Black Jesus also came out of retirement. Come on, Q, man.
Come on, bring it on. Here we go. Filer goes up. Nice layup. It all opened up the big boulevard.
Well, very good to see Adonis Filer getting his first points here in the Sahara Conference. He knows he needed that for his confidence.
Majok into the hands of the ever-dangerous Ganuni. Leani, that is splendid from Leani. Lasered it in big time, like an extension of his only arm.
He remembers what it felt like not qualifying for the playoffs last year. And he's using that right here to be inspired.
Filer, formidable Filer. It all opened up for him.
Yeah, Filer filing the points.
Filing the cabinet points.
4 points so far for the man.
A member of the cabinet. I don't know where this is going, but Filer's the man. That's a good score for him. He's up to 4 points. And here we go. This is easy. Get it in. Put it in. Noel's the man.
Well, you get the feeling that his teammates wanted him to pull a dunk.
Leani trying to go up, and there was contact and frustration there. He was chased down by Mr. Hunt, and well, you can see there's a 5-point lead here. Foul committed. Look at those, the quick hands of Filer, snatching and pinching the ball out of the hands of Ashraf Ganuni.
Yes, Obadia Noel bringing that speed into this APR side, and you feel that he's doing exactly that.
Let's take a small break. Firas Leani back to the free throw line. US Monastir trail by 5 to APR of Rwanda. Here at the Dakar Arena, it's the Sahara Conference. We are so happy to be in West Africa.
We're so happy to be back here in Dakar. Yes, a country that is very rich with basketball history, and just playing host to the BAL. It's season 4. It's the 3rd straight season that we're here, and you just feel the excitement that is coming in from the fans and everybody, the players, the referees, and just basically every stakeholder.
Yeah, including Q. No, he's not a stakeholder. I'm just saying he's Q. He's happy to be here as well.
I'm stakeholding on the court side. That's what I'm doing.
Bring it on.
Just interesting having a look at Coach Kirdani's timeout. Very unhappy with what's happening on the defensive end. He made a couple of adjustments, and he's going to try and press up on Noel.
Yeah, I mean, you need to. The fact is that he is super dangerous, isn't he? And he's getting himself into all of those dangerous positions, and he walks away with nothing on that occasion. A little bit frustrating, but you can see that they tighten things up a little bit. I get the impression, Asha.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that he wants to keep that ball moving. He wants the players to also play good defense. They've done well on the rebounds, out-rebounding APR so far with 8 as compared to 6 on the other side.
That's a good score from Williams, and the 34-year-old American who's played across 4 continents for 16 different countries, formerly of Wayland Baptist University, scoring a fine score indeed.
And what a perfect way to introduce himself, Williams, here at the BAL. Fast shot attempt, and it's in.
Filer goes high off the glass. That's another good score from that man, Adonis Filer, named after a Greek god.
That is 6 points for Adonis Filer, quietly amassing those points.
Leani. Ganuni gets the ball back out. Leani for a big 3 from down out west. Picked up by Noah. The looking very calm and collected, waiting for that spare man. He's been fouled there by Ganouni, and that'll be his first foul of this Sahara Conference.
Well, that will make it 3 fouls that Obadia Noel has forced on US Monastir so far, and it's going to be costly for the backcourt of the Tunisian champions. They'll have to watch out for him. He's fast, and he brings that experience into this APR side. He played 2 games before coming here to the Dakar conference, and it's helping.
Filer finds space. He goes up ahead of Crawford, but it comes off the front of the rim, taken up by Ganouni. Ganouni out wide, opportunity knocks. Great score, very good score indeed for that ever dangerous man, Sadio Doucouré.
Sadio Doucouré introducing himself here. 2 quick points for Monastir, and that's the impact that the coach wanted to see.
That's a long shot from coming out, picked up by Nasser. Nasser tries to charge through traffic, and he doesn't move a single inch. Doucouré does really well, but he does get called for the foul. There was a little bit of movement, let's just call it that.
There's a bit of movement there, but that's what Abdallah Ahmed, the Egyptian, brings to this APR side. He actually played for coach Mohamed Kirdani when he was in the under-18 squad back in Egypt. They know each other. They've had a conversation here in Dakar. They respect each other, but they know that there's a lot at stake, especially in this opening game of the Sahara Conference.
Straight up to the free throw line we go again. A little bit short. That was not the best of free throw shots. It's a 3-point lead for APR. We got just under 2 minutes remaining, and as you can see, US Monastir, that 5-team fouls. Robbins is the player who heads to the bench. They get the chance to see all of these players get a run out.
And you talk about all the players getting a run out. The man himself with the longest name in the history of the BAL, Jean-Jacques Wilson shows up. Yes, Numukiza coming onto the court.
Can you say that? Can you say that quicker, please, Usher? That was outrageous. That's a world record in the number of letters that have been pronounced within the space of half a second. Shabozwa, we'll call him from our side. Anyway, you carry on with what you want to do. It's a Filer time, and it goes in. That's a big 3.
That's a big 3 there from Adonis Filer. He's been knocking on that door. It's his second 3 in the game so far, and going up to 9 points.
They haven't figured out coverage on Filer and Noel when they're both on the floor, and their backcourt proving problems for US Monastir.
Well, they're the 2 players who've actually picked up 14 points out of the 20. You get the understanding that next time that Filer shoots, he's going to hit double figures, but it's all about having space and time. Long shot coming in, unable to pick up the rebounds, and it's been Adami and taken up, caught by Williams. Ganouni tries to rise up. Second bite to the apple. Excellent defensive play, and another opportunity. This time it's Majok who gets the points.
Experience there from Ater Majok. He keeps, jumping to get that attempt, and he immediately gets the 2 points. It's a big move there from the experienced and veteran player.
And his first points in the BAL this season. Habimana. Filer again tries to get into double figures, comes back out, made safe. Crawford. We got 9 seconds left. And a chance for Crawford to try and go high off the glass. That's a great score from Crawford. And Crawford will take the points to move up to 5 as we reach the end of the first quarter. And it's all square. It's all square. A fantastic first quarter. 20 points. Monastir 20 for APR. Welcome back to the Dakar Arena. We're breaking it down, and we're breaking it on the floor. Everybody's having a little break. It's 2020. No one's getting a break in terms of the players who have been battling it out. Usher, this has been frenetic. What a wonderful first opening quarter.
This is exactly what we expected from both sides. Yes, APR are debutants, but they have so much experience on that court. And US Monastir, they want to make up for their loss last year. You get the feeling that everyone is now locked in. A bit of jitters in the opening seconds, but so much at stake, and we know that there's a lot of basketball to be played.
Yeah, Q, a lot of basketball to be played.
A lot of basketball to be played, and just a quick feedback from both of the coaches on the side of Maastricht. They were talking about jump stops inside the paint, shoring up the offensive boards, making sure that they get defensive rebounds, and then just getting out in transition on the defensive side. For Coach Kirdani, his coverages were better, and he was happy with the way they closed out, so he keeps the same kind of lineup, and they try and execute on the offensive end.
Makes sense to me. Let's move into the second quarter. Habamana gets the ball out. Robbins into the hands of this man, Nasser. Robbins goes up. It's a three-point shot. Rolling in sumptuously. Put it in there, put it out there. And the 3 points taken comfortably.
It is a captain play there from William. He needed that for his confidence, and it will help them. They're a team that like to shoot from the three-point line, and so far it's working for them.
He's a Rwandan international, picked up the bronze in the Afro-Can, of course, just a couple of years ago. But a mother from Rwanda, father from Belgium. 8 years he spent in Belgium, and then he decided, right, let's move away and try and do something a little bit different. And he ended up, of course, heading down here, to Africa, where he joined up with APR.
He's been a core member of the Rwandan basketball team, and also for APR, a leader. His teammates listen to him, and he also plays in a way that gives them confidence, sharing that ball for whoever has space to shoot.
Bush Wamakota of Kenya coming on, then it comes back out. Shabozwa, there he is, getting the ball out. Shot clock down to 5, need to take a shot. This is the danger man. He likes that sweet spot of shooting threes. Oh, he's just run into trouble there. Too many trees in the paint.
There's a bit of locked in there.
Williams for 2. Good score indeed.
It is a 1-point game, Robbie. Very tight.
Shabozwa back out, taken forward by Habamana. Goes up, he tries to drop it into the hands of Nasser. Couldn't hold it. The last touch was from a US Monastir player, and it looks like they will get possession back. A little bit lucky there. It
is good defense from Schweier to tap the ball away, but Ahmed will have to be more careful in that paint. There's too many tall trees, and everybody putting their hands up and playing good defense.
3 points from the corner. Nasser picks it up, using that body of his. That's nicely done. Very fine score indeed. Patience being important. And
I think Ahmed is listening to our commentary.
But he's definitely got it, but he's got the physical presence as well. Shot goes up, doesn't fall for Williams. Habamana for a mid-range 2. It goes high. Gayaza picks it up. Crawford takes over. Crawford goes on a wander, and he gets knocked off his feet. He'll go to the free throw line.
Very interesting there to see Crawford and how he accelerates into that paint, gets the contact that he wanted, and he'll get a free trip to the charity line.
Just look at the charge. That's what he does so well, holding the ball away from any tentacles that are coming in his direction. He does it so well. It's a trademark play from Crawford.
And Crawford, the BAL's all-time leading scorer, doesn't need an introduction. You've got to be aware of where he is on the floor. When he played for AS Douane last year, he was a factor and a non-factor because they took him out the game. And you've got to always be aware of where Chris Crawford is.
He's played with the Patriots of Rwanda in the playoffs 2 years ago. He knows a thing or two about Rwandan basketball and this APR team.
But the interesting thing was when Crawford became, the one major international player for AS Douane when Stoglin decided to separate from AS Douane. It was a different scenario altogether.
Yes, and looking at how he's gone back to US Monastir, established himself in a place he calls home, and has been playing in the local league and just bringing that exposure here to the Sahara Conference.
23-25, Nasser down into the corner. looking for some space. That's a drive that goes up. There's contacts, but no foul on by Crawford or anybody. Picked up. Oh, put it in there. That's a big score indeed. That's the way to do it. Ever so dangerous, Dakar.
Dakar reminding everybody here that he's here to mean business. He's scored very important points that are timely for US Monastir so far, and just enjoying his time in the front court.
Habimana goes up for a long-range shot, flicked out, made safe by Gayaza. Yeah, he plays for the Malian national team, of course, and born in Corbeil in France. Shabozwa trying to keep the ball in play. Oh, he's got another chance. That's nicely done. A little bit of lady luck. How about that? Habimana. Shabozwa. Stunning how he kept that ball in play.
Incredible player. We must remember that Shabozwa holds the world record of highest number of steals in a single game, 14, and that's his first for the night.
World record. It's not a BAL record,
it's
ladies and gentlemen.
World record.
Note that. Oh, put it in there. Dakar with a big three.
Sergio Dakar, he can do anything and everything. Behind the arc, in the paint, easy. He makes basketball look very easy.
Let's take a break. 28-27. Welcome back to the Dakar Arena. We're in Senegal, this fabulous West African nation, and that we're so happy to be here for this Basketball Africa League. So much happening, so much excitement, and to be honest with you, well, I don't even know where this is going, but all I do know is that Senegal have got a new president.
Yes, the youngest. Yes, absolutely, the youngest African president. Hopefully he'll join us here at the BAL.
He can come in and you know, he can come on the side of the court and talk with us anytime. He's just, you know, we'll welcome him.
It would be
It's an open request, President.
Mr. President, Your Excellency, please listen to us and join us here at the Dakar Arena. Perhaps he could even shoot a free throw.
Hey,
who knows?
Who knows?
At least I know a president who can shoot a free throw.
Listen, he's young, he's a president, and he can do what he wants. And, you know, the people love him.
Absolutely.
From what I hear, the people love him, which is great.
And Bush Wamukota, he's sometimes struggled on that free throw line. Misses his first one. But he'll be looking to correct on that second attempt. He's played for Kenya, helped them qualify for the FIBA AfroBasket in 2021 in Rwanda after a very long time, the last time being in 1993, the year he was born, but he's found home in this APR side. He's one of the core members and will be very glad to return to the BAL after playing for Patriots in 2021.
Marnaoui. Williams, Shabozwa trying to keep him in check. He just wriggles loose. Shabozwa's there, he follows, ducks and dives. Williams for two, nicely done. Look at that, he's put it in the mix. He's mixed it up and he's managed to nail those points.
It was really good defense there from Shabozwa, but that man, Williams, was better on the offensive side.
Noel goes up. Oh, it's just come off the metal. Made safe down there, flung back in. Nicely done, very nicely done indeed. And gets another chance to go up for a shot that just falls into the hands of Layani. Not an excellent effort there, but he'll recover and hit back.
I can tell you at the timeout, a lot of talk about paint penetration for APR and then coverages around Williams and Crawford getting inside.
Yeah. Tightening up the defense. Making those adjustments. Shabozwa drops it in. Oh, that is absolutely panache from Hunt.
Panache, you say there. Good eyes from Shabozwa for Hunt. Had needed that basket. Has been doing a lot of work on defense, but to come in on the offensive will be very good for APR as the game is tight at 30.
A good opportunity there. Habimana going on a bit of a wander. Gets the ball to Noah. Oh, nicely put in. Very, very classy score indeed. And a 2-point lead APR and a timeout that's been called because we know that this is going to be a tussle right to the final buzzer.
It is the kind of endless back-to-back action that we expected, but looking at that man Williams and how he leapt up into the air and got that shot in and cooked. He's cooking.
Oh, he's mixing.
He's mixing and cooking
and mixing.
Doing everything.
Scrambling. What else, Q? Come on, you know what these words are all about.
Baking in the oven.
Baking in the oven.
Heating it up just a little bit.
Baking
cake.
That is not a baking gesture, Q. Come on.
Shows how much I know.
No, you know you do. I think he was concocting. He was doing his business. The fact is, you know, and it is all about, like, sort of, you know, cooking up, you know, something really nice. There's something stirring, you know, in this encounter. It is a tight tussle. Coach Kirdani, the Egyptian man at the helm of US Monastir, calling that timeout.
Yeah, Kirdani arrived in Tunisia on April the 8th. He's very new to this side, but he has his assistants who are helping him to understand the squad. Williams and Doucouré joined them a couple of weeks ago, but that team chemistry has been going with Majok and Crawford playing in the league locally. They are in the semi-finals of a league contention, and they know that once they get the job done here in the Sahara Conference, they go back and fight for the title. But first, he wants them to play every game here in the Sahara Conference as a final, as a cup final. Those are the instructions, and we hope that the team can execute.
Well, you talk about Williams and Doucouré. They've combined for 15 points off the bench, and they've proved a real problem for APR, and that they haven't been able to quite figure out just yet.
It's all about rhythm, isn't it? It's all about finding that rhythm, and they've been playing really well. Good points off the bench are so important, and you know, when we were talking to assistant coach Bill Baino, who's talking about rotation, they'll use all of their players, and they'll know how they play and why they're good. And that man is good. Crawford in the corner for 3. Crawford up to 8 points now. Yes. I think he got 2 from there. He's just inside.
Absolutely. Crawford there getting one of Adonis Filer.
Noel Filer. Filer, is he going to go? He's going to try and go. Gets the ball out. Shot clock down to 4. Put it in. No, it rolls back out. It was one of those in-out shots there from Habimana, who's been working on his long-range shooting, you can see.
Yeah, and Hore Habimana, he'll be wanting to get his shot and his rhythm going. He's been struggling since he came on. But he's a quality player. He will manage the situation.
Oh, it's been stolen. Filer into double figures potentially. Oh, it just comes, he goes up, he gets another chance, and he gets the points. Filer moves up to 11 points.
He looked like he was overthinking it, Adonis Filer, but Layani did not want any of that foul trouble.
Marnaoui. Majok looks for the ball. Crawford down in the corner. It all opens up sumptuously there. That's a fine score from Ashraf Ghadouni.
Yeah, he found an open D and just drove in straight to the basket. Easy 2 for the Tunisian champions.
Here he is, the man, Obadia. Noel goes charging up into enemy territory, draws attention, gives us a chance to actually mention the names of the officials today.
Yeah, looking at the officials, Ken Johns from the US, massive experience from the NBA G League. Jan Davidson from Madagascar, he officiates in France, in Marseille, and Kingsley Ojeburu from Nigeria. He is into the aviation industry when he's not on the basketball court.
What, you mean he flies?
He flies.
Does he fly high?
He flies high, for sure.
He's not in one of those pond skippers. He goes really high.
Really high. We're talking 37,000 feet above sea level.
Proper aeroplanes. Sky high.
Not paper planes.
Not paper planes.
Real planes.
Not. He doesn't climb onto a giant drone.
Absolutely not.
No, he does not do that. Here we go. We got more points. APR edging ahead once again. They've done pretty well to just keep themselves at arm's distance. But US Monastir working hard. They're locked in. They're focused. And we got another chance for a layup, but it's not fallen. And Marnaoui. And it's a foul, I think, by Obadia Noel.
It is a good play there from Marnaoui. He was 1 up against 3, but managed to contain the ball possession for US Monastir.
Fun. Foul. Look at Crawford. Crawford has now pushed himself up to 11 points and 2 3-pointers and a 2-pointer from pretty much the same corner. He's found that sweet spot. First player into double figures from Monastir. Filer, the first for APR.
He is a man who can shoot from range. Crawford.
Filer back out. Here is Noel going up. Big three! Big three from Noel.
Obadia Noel announcing himself here in the BAL. Very lethal behind that three-point mark. And just very important for APR.
Good chance for Layani, try and get his hands on the ball, battles valiantly, finds his space. Can he climb up or is he going to swing it back out? Gets it back out to Marnawi. Marnawi!
It's a big three-pointer there from Marnawi. You can shoot a three, we can shoot a three, and it's end-to-end action here.
You can shoot a three.
I can shoot a three.
You can take three. Q can have three. Filer, Noel. That is downtown, but that is not in the right place. He didn't hit the city square, did he?
No, he didn't. It is good defensive work from Layani and the US Monastir players.
Crawford goes up. It's gone out straight out of bounds. 26 seconds remaining in this first half, and it's a timeout. 40 points US Monastir, 39 for APR.
It's been swinging in that direction. 1-point game, tied, 2-point game, and that's sort of what you expect for a very first game here in the Sahara Conference. We've already seen all the action in the Kalahari Conference, in the Nile Conference in Egypt, and now in Sahara, everyone knows that it's down to business.
Well, you talk about that, Usher, and if you think about it, they've had a couple of months to look at preparation. They've seen the other conferences, has given the teams a little bit more time to get ready. And what we're seeing is a direct result of that. These teams look well prepared, and we are seeing two really good teams just competing in the BAL.
Yeah, and I think that we've got two really good teams who will be battling against each other later on as well with AS TUN, because I think once you've had a taste of playing in the final, you want to try and come back and do the same. You qualify, you win your league once again, and then you have another team who have had time to just prepare themselves. They've had a taste of the BAL with the Rivers Hoopers, of course, and now they're back.
Yes, and looking at the screen there, BAL President Amadou Gallo Fall with Cornelia Zamalek in charge of production and all the work that we do here globally.
For NBA Africa and with the BAL, of course, and the Jumbies are being played in such a fine way. The music here in Dakar and all of the rhythm and rhyme is just sensational. We're just loving every single second.
And you talk about rhythm and rhyme, you have that man, Obadia Noel, just fitting in right nicely with APR and showing off with a good celebration there to impact how the team is called back home. The Lions are roaring.
The Lions are roaring. And we're going to talk about how you would celebrate a winning three-pointer, Usher, a little bit later on, and what kind of dance you would do. And Q will get to you as well. We're going to find out who celebrates in the best way. But before that, we have a shot differential of about 2 seconds here. And it is Noel in possession. APR looking to try and move ahead. They trail by 1 point. Noel tries to get rid of Kanuni, goes up, uses the paint, unable to get the score. Layani picks it up, and the buzzer for the end of the first half is heard around the Dakar Arena. Don't get a point. It's 40 points for US Monastir, 39 for APR. Time for a break before we come back with the highlights. Halftime show in full effect here at the Dakar Arena. The Basketball Africa League is 40-39 US Monastir edging ahead of the Rwandan representatives APR. But what a first half we've had, Usher. It's been frenetic, starting off with Majok with this dunk here.
There couldn't have been a better scripted introduction to the Sahara Conference than that dunk from Ater Majok. But Obadia Noel simply getting us started there with a three-pointer from APR, and Adonis Filer joining in there as APR look to not be scared as they make their debut in the BAL.
Two well-drilled teams, two well-prepared teams. We get the impression keeping each other in check and not taking their finger off the pulse, as we saw ever dangerous play and a great score there from Doucouré, the Malian, coming off the bench. Bench points have been important for US Monastir.
Well, considering that he's just joined the Tunisian side, he's amazed as how he's managed to keep up here with his teammates, and Williams, the other import that has joined them, adding to the oomph that makes US Monastir a very special side to watch.
Yeah, Williams up to 8 points, but let's just have a look. Chris Crawford just showing us what he's capable of doing. Of course, you know, the BAL's leading point scorer with 11 points and ahead of Williams and Doucouré on 7.
Well, you can see that is a game for the backcourt players. Noel Obadia already with 12 points, Adonis Feiler with 11, and you just get the feeling that both sides have tried to open up on the three-point line. They've gotten some shots coming in, but also defensively, US Monastir will be very pleased with the way that they've handled the rebounds. It has given them a chance to run in the transition and open up the flow against APR.
APR getting 10 points from turnovers, Monastir just 2. You know, it's been a tit-for-tat scenario. We found it very interesting here. But when you actually, you know, take a look at these, the rebounds have been, you know, better for US Monastir. Field goal percentage 52 to 38, which gives you an idea that, and especially Chris Crawford, 11 points, 2 3-pointers and 2 there for him out wide in the corner.
And yes, coming in from that second quarter, you get the feeling that both coaches were trying to use their benches, and you have 17 points from the Monastir bench, which just really shows the depth that they have on this team.
Sahara Conference is getting massive. It's getting bigger and better as we get into each quarter. Now's the time we're going to get down to business. Crawford gets the ball back to Williams, and it is US Monastir who lead by 1.
Talking about Williams back on court with Crawford just shows you the depth that they have.
Picks up by Noel. Oh, he goes up. There's the rebound, and the rebound put in. He's on the hunt.
He is on the hunt. Dario Hunt able to get that rebound and put back after Obadia Noel's attempt failed earlier.
Don't lose possession. Move ahead by 1. Williams picks the ball out of the hands of Liani. Here he is, ever dangerous. Crawford takes it out of his hands. Liani picks it up, using the glass, goes high. There is contact and a little bit of frustration. You can see that Dario Hunt walks over. He's saying, who, me? What, me? No, me. I didn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wasn't there.
Well, it is the 21st century. We have video review here, but you can see that, of course, there was contact there. It is his 3rd personal foul, and danger for that man who is very important for APR in that paint.
Yeah.
Layani on the other side goes to the free throw, a very effective player for US Monastir. He's been core to them right from the get-go in season 1. And he's gotten more playing time and become a very integral player for them. He's playing very good minutes, looking at his age and the leadership, most importantly.
32 years of age, 6'7", the former Smax player, US Monastir since 2013 to 2022. He did go to Smuhar and play in Egypt, gets his 2nd free throw shot there as well, and also a little spell at AS Saleh. 7 games playing in the Arab Champions Cup and a Tunisian international. He's got it all. He's won the BAL. He's been an important part of US Monastir's BAL campaign in 2022. Robbins picks it up, swings it out, Feiler for 3. Oh, put it in the basket. The kiss, the moment, the pass, it's all there. Feiler up to 14.
The man is running away with those points, Adonis Feiler, but that's exactly why he was signed by APR.
Big long range shot going in. It rattles the metal. Crawford coming up close. APR lead by 2. Noel, back out. Here's the charge through. Hunt goes up. Oh, swatted away. Get rid of it. You are not coming through. My name is Ater Majok.
My name is Ater Majok, and this is my house. You are not going anywhere, and that's coming from a man that has been named in the All Defensive Player team for the BAL since its inauguration in 2021.
Yeah, I think he was. It was already written in the script, wasn't it? Another charge. Get out of there! Oh my! Oh my! Swatting it away. This is my neck of the woods.
Ater Majok has a bone to pick with this APR side. He was playing for the Patriots last year in the semifinals when they were beaten by APR. Clean sweep right there. So he has a brief coming into this one today.
An opportunity here. He goes up, Hunt, and the shot clock down to 0, but it doesn't fall into the right place. It's Leani who picks it up. Leani and pops into Majok. He will go in and put it in. That's the statement done there from Mr. Majok.
Ater Majok, one of the most traveled players in the world. Over 15 countries he's played professional basketball on all continents.
And he owns 15 passports. No, it's not true. We're just kidding. Here we go. He's Noel. Noel doesn't manage to get his shot, just missing off in the direction. It's a 44-point game between these two teams. Crawford goes driving, sharp off the glass, but not in. Picked up, made safe at the back. Hunt is running around, leaves it for Filer. Filer is flapped out of his hands, knocked out of his hands. Crawford goes for 3, and it doesn't fall.
It's a poor shot selection there from Crawford.
Another opportunity there, this time from Mpoyo. Leani takes the pass. That is sensational. Excellent work there to race around by Ganuni. Takes the pass, scores the bucket.
It's a beautiful pass there for Ganuni. It's the second time he's doing that in this game. Good eyes, just gets into that paint with a highway in front of him, and he makes no mistake.
Don't we call it peripheral vision from the mantis shrimp?
Absolutely.
Well, the game's just tensed up a little bit here in the third quarter. Both teams not playing as freely. And also we've seen some great defensive adjustments on both sides, and that is causing a little bit of difficulty on the offensive end.
We're just looking at the Majok, defense, and then the Majok offense from those replays there. Thanks, Q. And, you just understand that he is just electric. The shot clock down to 1.1 seconds. And finally, no points scored on that play. Monastir lead by 2. 6:40 left in this third quarter.
Well, Q talked about the tension from both sides. Obviously, you have their starting fives getting back onto that court and trying to get things going from where the bench players, started in the second quarter. And they're just trying to find their fit.
34% from the field for APR, not getting their shots in. Ganuni tries to wriggle between the trees, and there is a lot of frustration there. Hunt could be on his 4th foul, walks away, and he might be in trouble here.
There is trouble in heaven.
So you see that little swing at the hip? That is potentially the reason why he picks up the 4th foul, and that is very, very frustrating for him. And I think that he's going to have to take a walk. Now we'll just sit this one out for a bit before he comes back on a bit later on.
Yeah, he's replaced there by Ahmed Abdallah, the Egyptian prodigy, who has tried to come in and fit into this APR side. He looked good earlier in that second quarter, but let's see if he's ready for the challenge going forward.
He's a player who got spotted by the assistant coach of APR, Bill Bano, who took him over to California and then finally got him up to scratch so he could actually start playing in the G League for the Westchester Knicks. It worked, but he needed to come back to get even more experience, but a very talented youngster, who's got a great future.
Well, talking about the Westchester Knicks, is a teammate of Obadia Noel, and that's actually the team where General Manager Pop Spencer-Bonsu, one of the BAL ambassadors, works when he's not around here with us.
The Ghanaian superstar of yesteryear, very important person in the BAL. It's been picked up by Filer. Filer does well, and Robbins races up into enemy territory. Around the outside to get past Ganuni, does well, and a look at that, the defense from Majok, absolutely top-notch, just to prevent them from scoring. They lead by 3, and they can lead and extend that lead lots of time. Majok with a rebound. Contact by Nasser. He'll go to the free throw line, and that will be the third team foul for APR, who are just drifting away from their focused situation at the moment.
We talked about veteran players. Ater Majok is one of those here in the BAL, and that experience you see when he comes up against Ahmed Abdallah. And Majok will try to convert on that free throw line. He's played for Lebanon at the international stage, but in Tunisia he feels at home, and he walks into those supermarkets and shops in Monastir. They can relate to him. He's a legend. Helped them win the BAL in 2022. You can see so far 7 rebounds, 6 points so far in the game.
Also loves playing alongside Chris Crawford. They work together in Ahly, Libya, helped them qualify. And these two teammates know each other very well. You see evidence of that chemistry on the floor.
Yeah, that's Filer going up for a long-range shot. Layani makes the rebound. Frustration here. 3 points. Oh, my word. And Filer flies down to the ground. And that's a little bit aggressive from Ganouni, who charges into Filer.
It is a good defense there from Adonis Filer. He's incorporated that into his style of play. But Ganouni, you get the feeling he didn't really intend to bump into him. And APR take the possession.
Sponging the contact, as you see Coach Track verbally communicating constantly. Filer down into the corner. Noel tries to spin it back to Nasser. It's been picked up by Crawford. They go again. Majok in place. Williams in place. Where's it going to go? Well, it's going to try and go for a mid-range two. He could have made the pass to Majok on that occasion. Filer into the corner. Here he is, Robbins for 3. Tries to get the shot. That's the attempt at the rebound. Another chance for Nasser. Finally gets his 2.
Finally gets the 2 points there. It's 5 in total for him. It's tough in there in that paint when you're coming up against players like Layani and Majok.
It is, yes, no joke when you've got Majok inside of the paint and
I see what
defending.
You did there.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. The attempt, oh, that's great work. That is Ganouni going up. And look, once again, they just edge ahead. 3-point lead and a chance for APR to just reduce the arrears. Filer goes up, gets it out wide. Range not good there for Poyo.
Poyo coming off an injury there, but it just shows you his quality in this side. He likes to shoot the ball from the best line, but he doesn't drop this time.
Yeah, an injury back in December that kept him out. He only came back literally about 10 days ago. There's Williams for that mid-range shot, and the put in there, of course, by Majok, who's ever present in the paint when a shot doesn't hit its target.
Ever present Majok with 8 points in this game so far.
Filer still leading all the scores here. There's a bit of contact there, and well, it's Layani who goes down, holds his head. Frustration picked up by Crawford.
Just a couple of misses from the outside from APR. They can't find their range. It allows this US Monastir team to pull ahead to their largest lead of the game.
Layani, it just goes to show just how tight the tussle is. Layani and Majok unable to communicate. Timeout called. And, well, look at this. It's 51-46. You're talking about the biggest lead, 5-point lead for the Tunisian Giants up against APR of Rwanda. Small break, and we will be back. Ready to go. Hot to trot. 2:58 left in the third quarter, and a 5-point lead for US Monastir. It is APR who have possession, and they need to get, they haven't had a run, they haven't managed to get those points, just had a timeout and a recheck. Let's go over the cue for a moment.
Well, just on the side of APR, they're really worried about rebounds. You talked about Majok on the inside, so focus on securing the glass and making sure that they can one and done when US Monastir take a shot.
Yeah, and the field goal percentage, 34%. It's a lot better for US Monastir. There's a rebound there, and it does go in, and Poyo doing the business. The rebound has happened.
It is a timely basket there for APR. They've been struggling to shoot from the 3-point line, but now they have the option to drive into that paint. Of course, Monastir bigger in size, but that is not something they cannot handle.
And Amrou Boualeg, the 28-year-old former ES Radez player. Marnaoui loses possession. Good hassling and hustling there from Filer, enabling Robbins to pick up possession. Is Filer. Amrou giving him a bit of hassle. He tries to go right through. That's taken out of his hands, clean out of his hands by Amrou. Frustration forgotten now. Williams goes up and, well, that is
there is
very frustrating for Williams, right?
Absolutely, it is an offensive foul there, and APR will retain the ball possession. But again, you can still see the jitters from both sets of players. But looking at the coach's choices of guards on the floor, Nhore, Williams, and Mpoyo and Adonis Filer, you get the feeling that he wants to move that ball and they want to penetrate that defense.
Now, what we talked about before was, you know, when we were talking and Q picked up on it, is all about finding that player who's available, as we see this man, Amrou, going up and scoring the layup after that pressure cooker situation. Back into the hands of Filer, and they lead by 5 once again. Nasser flings it back out. Robbins down into the corner. And the long-range shot from Mpoyo doesn't find its range. That's an excellent piece of skill there from Mpoyo.
That is great eyes from Mpoyo, aggressive under that basket to just give them that two. Again, 4 points from him since that break. And you see that he's executing on what the coach wanted them to do. But in general, APR, they look like they're fumbling in that paint with the ball.
Amrou Boualeg just down on the ground, with his holding his left knee. He's going to go off, it looks like. He's limping off there. I'm sure Huey will keep an eye out on that. But you've probably got some other stats or figures or information for us, because you know everything about everything.
Got to keep an eye on the turnover numbers. APR have been really good protecting the basketball. It was 8-2, and it just shows you the kind of defense and pressure that US Monastir are under, and how well APR have been doing in terms of getting the shots they want. They just haven't been able to make them.
Yeah, it's all about pinching, stealing. Of course, you know you've got to do that. You've got to try and wrestle the ball back into your team's possession. It's a three-point game, and we're into the last minute of the third quarter. Crawford on the floor, up against Filer with those cobra quick hands.
Yeah, they know each other for a couple of years now.
That's a good score. Mid-range to Williams, back on track.
Well, they go back to 5 points ahead of APR, who are now desperate to reduce that deficit. Habimana, oh, it's just a little touch there from Gayaza getting the ball back into the hands. That's nicely done. Oh, he couldn't put that in. Claims that there was contact at Corey, not the case. And look what's happening at the other end. Mpoyo, nicely done. Get rid of the big man, or get rid of Williams, and then make it easy for yourself. It is 6 points there in the last 1 minute for Mpoyo. He's become a very key player for APR and done a great job with hand off of the court. Last play of this third quarter. Not enough time to get the points. Crawford launched in the three down in the corner, and it is a three-point game. US Monastir lead by 3 points. The Dakar Arena is the place to be, and we just come off the back of the third quarter. A really interesting tussle that's taking place here, and we don't see a clear, winning team from the first encounter. But what we can say is it's fast and furious, and there's some great tactics on show from both coaches. Yes, you get the feeling that both coaches are desperate to get their first victory in the BAL. They're both rookies here, and just listening to the Egyptian over there saying that he wants every game to be a cup final. El Kirdani, he knows a thing or two about basketball, both as a player and as a coach, and he knows that every possession counts.
As we head into the final quarter, both teams have led by as much as 5. We've had 11 lead changes, 8 times we've been tied, and there's been 3 minutes in between how much these teams have led. So 11 minutes for APR and 14 minutes for APR, 11 minutes for US Monastir. And you can't get, it doesn't come closer than this, and this is basically underlined, just how tight this conference will be. Hopefully we'll get the same scenario with the next encounter, AS Douane Rivers Hoopers, for the
the third and the fourth teams battling it out for the top 2 places in this conference here in Senegal. Boyo for 3. Oh, bring it on! The arrow has been shot. The points are up on the board. It's 55 points apiece.
Axel Mpoyo showcasing his shooting prowess behind the arc in the paint. What can he not do, this man?
Shabozwa putting a lot of pressure. Oh, put it out there. Manawi for 3.
With a great answer back there. You can shoot, I can shoot. Let's see who can shoot better.
Don't give Q the ball. No, I'm kidding, Q. Give Q the ball. If he gets it, he'll be hitting threes and getting fouls. He's the talented Q. There is contact there, and APR charging into the paint, and it looks like it is Gayaza who will pick up the foul there.
Yeah, it is Abdallah Ahmed Nasser in that paint doing the dirty work. He gets fouled and he'll go to the charity line. The Egyptian prodigy who played under El Kirdani when he was under 18 head coach. Both Egyptians, they understand the same language, but this here is serious business at the BAL.
Yeah, you talked about Kirdani, Coach Kirdani. He was former coach of Gezira, of course, in Cairo, and also in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. They picked up the possession here. Shabozwa, Filer in possession, going, cutting inside, gets the big long-range shot, but it doesn't fall. Picked up by Gayaza, made safe. Williams is there if he wants to get it to him. Here is Williams for a 2. It rolls over the top. Rebound, Doucouré.
Doucouré with a nice putback there to make it 2 points for US Monastir. It's a 5-point game, and this is the end of an action we were talking about earlier.
Swung out wide. Oh, 3 from Poyo. How about that? He now moves up to 9 points here for APR.
It is
12 double figures.
Points, and is the third APR player in double digits today.
Manawi Crawford in the corner. 2-point game here in Dakar. Crawford swings it out. Manawi contact, and he just charged into him, Abimana, and the foul committed, and that will be his first foul.
It is also APR's first team foul in this fourth quarter. There's 8 minutes to play. So much basketball at stake, and it is the ball will be for US Monastir.
Majok on the bench taking a breather. Manawi, boys, the pressure there, the pressure cooker situation, and the ball just tossed out. They've just given it back.
Well, I think he thought that Coach Mazen Trak was his teammate because he's wearing a white shirt. White and black being the core colors of APR.
Smart tactics, AQ.
You have to do everything possible to win. Why not?
That's a cheeky. No, I'm just kidding. Of course they're not doing it for that reason. But it was a funny thing to say. Mpoyo, Filer, Nasser. Here they go passing around. Shabozwa for 3. Doesn't fall. Doucouré picks it up. 2-point game. That was a good chance for them to draw level at a vital time in this encounter. Crawford. Trying to use Doucouré to screen, back out. Doucouré. Oh, sumptuous 3-pointer from down south.
It's always a beauty to see a power forward who can shoot that ball from the arc. Mpoyo is doing that for APR, and Doucouré is just also replicating that on the other side of the court.
Third player for Monastir into double figures. Oh, the pass there from Shabozwa to Nasser, just a little bit too easily sussed out by US Monastir. Crawford will take it. Crawford for a big shot, and he doesn't manage to get his range. Filer, crazy frenetic stuff, fast transition. Filer goes up, he goes down, no contact called. Manawi now for US Monastir. Waits for the cavalry. Williams. Around the outside, looking for options, down into the corner. Doucouré, Crawford. Gayaza this time. Short. 6:60, 3:58, 6:32 left on the clock. Filer
it here and getting himself into a good space as the highest scorer so far.
Well,
Great display there from Axel Mpoyo.
And he got a double-double against his former team, Reg, in the playoffs last year. That is just outstanding.
And he went for 15 points against Ahly, did Axel Mpoyo. So he ties his BAL high with that make.
Played in the NCAA for the Grambling State Tigers as well. But as I said, coming back from injury, he doesn't look like he's injured at all. He looks like he's flying.
The man is flying and axing his way through this defense against US Monastir.
It's a two-point game. Williams tries to charge, tries to get his range. It's been made safe. Good opportunity for APR. Picked up, taken forward. Here's Noel back on the floor.
Looking at APR, just continuing to walk that ball, speaking to each other and looking for that extra pass.
Oh, look at that pass to Hunt. How was that? Sumptuous play.
Wow, Dario Hunt back on the court with fire. 8 points for the man who stands at 4 personal fouls.
Crawford for 2, and that's a great score as well.
Crawford's value being shown down the stretch here. He will control, he will play make, he will score, he will want the basketball, especially in these last 5 minutes.
Listen, you know, Q, as far as I'm concerned, the moment that he was left to his own devices at AS TUN, he became more of a team player than I've ever seen from him. And he's, you know, less individual, you know, I'm going to score, passing the ball around. Now he's turned into a very interesting team player. We're going to take a break. 2-point difference here. US Monastir lead, APR. We didn't get the chance to talk about it. This is such a tight encounter here. The Dakar Arena, US Monastir up against APR of Rwanda. And as you can see, we are just 2 points separating these two teams. Field percentage, 51-35. And US Monastir are doing a few things better than their Rwandan opposition.
Yes, the Tunisian champions continue to out-rebound APR, 41 compared to 35 for the Rwandan champions. That's been the difference. But APR getting an edge there behind the arc, shooting 8 times, 2 more than US Monastir.
And despite the poor field goal percentage, APR still in this, just 1 possession away.
And you talk about 1 possession away, Adonis Feiler just making it count there on the free throw line. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this Basketball Africa League, where we got 52 players from 11 countries, from Africa, also Europe, Oceania, and the United States, just in this Sahara Conference. Here he goes on the rampage. Get out of there. That's mine. I'm having that. Shabozwa doing the business. Great work in defense.
Yeah, great work there from Dario Hunt to establish himself in that paint and gives APR the possession. They need it. Every possession here counts. It's a tight game.
Feiler, shot clock down to 5, needs to go up. Oh, get out of there. Majok makes his statement. And here's Dukore going around. Oh, Shabozwa nearly getting a touch and getting the steal. It's been picked up. Long range shot, Marnawi. Wow, he's up to 11.
Marnawi has been very, very important for US Monastir. His shots are always timely and keeps US Monastir into contention here and gives them a 3-point lead to hat and punish APR.
4th team foul there for US Monastir. Noel going around and doing what he does best. The shot won't count, of course, because that was late after the foul, but APR in possession. Shabozwa. 3-point lead, 4 minutes remaining here in this opening Sahara Conference battle. The rebound has been made from Hunt, back out to Feiler. 10 seconds to play this. Shabozwa going around the outside. Hunt goes through the paint and scores the 2.
It is a very big bucket there from Dario Hunt. He's been doing so much work on the offensive side, on the defensive side, and that's where experience comes in here in this game.
Kanuni touch, not a problem for Monastir. Oh, under pressure there. The ball just flung back into the hands. That's great. Press defense there from APR.
They know that Crawford loves to have the ball in the last minutes of the game, and they're double teaming him, and it's helped so far.
Oh, he's lost possession there. Filer, good work there from Crawford. Marnawi picks it up, and he loses possession. Marnawi. That's two crazy plays where can't keep the ball safe in the hands.
We talked about tension in this game, and we're feeling that in the last 3 minutes so far, but experience will be very key, and it's timely that we have these timeouts now.
We'll take a small break. 68-67. Well, 68-67, 3 minutes and 5 left to play. Q, we're coming over to you from that timeout very quickly.
Well, very quickly, defense, obviously the focus from both coaches, coverage on the two-man game.
Oh my. That was just a massive, massive stop. You're not going through scenario. Robbins gets wiped back down there by Crawford, and they just kept possession back. Look at that.
And that was one of the coverages and one of the talk about the play and coverage on the inside. And from Coach Track, he really wants execution in terms of their trap defense. So that's all I have on the sideline for now.
that's already pretty good. Filer needs to try and get points from every single. There's a foul there. He will go for 3 shots from the free throw line. That's a massive, massive, massive moment for APR. They can move 2 points ahead if they get all 3.
Well, Ganoni had done a very good job on defense until that point when he had a little bit of a touch there on Adonis Filer, and we know that that's a man that takes his free throw shooting very seriously. He's 100% on the free throw line so far. Adonis Filer, 2 of 2 in the game so far, as he heads confidently to the charity line. But frustration there from Coach Kirdani. He doesn't think that it was a foul, but we know that the referees here, very professional. They've officiated high-class games worldwide, and they're doing a good job.
They're very thorough, and they're very professional. They're very meticulous. We have lots of official reviews when necessary. And Filer missing 2, which is not the ideal scenario.
It is that pressure that we've been talking about in this game. He knows that he has to try and shoot that third one, but he drowns it, and the game is tied. 68 tied so far with 2 minutes, 36 seconds to play.
The Rwandan fans making a lot of noise that have made the journey here to Senegal. Ganouni, we're all level, 68 points apiece. This is going to the wire. This is frenetic. This is pulsating. We are loving this. Crawford goes up. Oh, look at the 3. He absolutely loves that. It's 2, in fact, but still, it looked like it was 3. The screen's bigger than where I can get over the top of it and see.
Chris Crawford, 15 points so far in this game.
They get a chance. It's swung back out. Chance to get Poyo, and Poyo's effort, and it's been swatted out, and they miss out on points, vital points. Crawford slows it down. 2-point game.
Well, from that play, it clearly shows that APR want to die by the 3-point sword. They'll try to get in those points.
Oh, put it in! Major dunks the ball. Crawford sets it up. That is massive from Major.
That is the camaraderie that we've been speaking about between the 2 players, Chris Crawford and Ater Majok. They are in their element, and they're punishing APR.
Need to get points, need to get scores. 72-68, 4-point lead, 124, and this is going to be very, very tight, this tussle right till the end, and it's all about what you're going to be doing. There's a long-range shot, it doesn't fall. Leani picks it up, chucks it back out to Majok. They slow it down, more seconds back on the shot clock for them, and Noel trying to get those hands in there. Crawford tries to get it over the top, draws attention, stop the clock at 1:01, and he goes to the free throw line.
It is very veteran play there from Chris Crawford to hack that ball until he gets fouled, and he'll be going to the free throw line later, but it is a timeout for now for both sides. But looking at that replay there, Chris Crawford with that very amazing assist for Ater Majok for the dunk.
1 minute and 1 second left to play in this opening Sahara Conference, and Cats US Monastir lead APR Rwanda by 4. Chris Crawford is absolutely on fire up to the free throw line. Chance to go across to Q before he has to race over to the other side of the court and potentially do an interview or two at the end of this game. Q.
Well, I've spoken about Chris Crawford's clutch ability down the stretch, and we're seeing it playmaking at the timeout. Talk about coverage on him. I think you're going to see a couple of traps that are going to keep the ball out of his hands.
You don't want him to get hold of possession. Picks up very quickly. Have to get points here. It is 74-68, and they need to get 3. How about that? That is a massive score there. Filer up to 20, and it is time for a timeout.
It is a massive three-pointer there from Adonis Filer. That is exactly why he was signed from Reg, to bring that experience when it is crunch time. It's a three-point game, and good call for Coach Kildani to call for that timeout.
74-71. Well, if there was any player who's full of fuel, it's Filer. He was just producing the biggest bucket potentially of this game. But they need to clamber back. They're trailed by 3, and it's been stolen. And Shabozwa goes up, flings it back out. Can he get another shot in? Boyo, Filer. They slow it down. They know that they've got a few more seconds, but it is a three-point game. Points are important. 37 seconds remaining. Goes up for 2. Oh, it's a 2-point score. It's a 1-point game. No foul committed. Absolutely nothing. 32.5 seconds remaining here. And US Monastir in possession. Ball comes out. Crawford down into the corner. Marnawi. He sets it up for that man. Majok, who draws attention. Foul committed. He goes to the free throw line. 25.4 remaining.
It is Dario Hand fouling out. That is his 5th personal foul. But great play there for the ball to be given to Ater Majok, who will now go to the free throw line. But it is timeout for both sets of players as they look to use this to their advantage. 25.4 seconds to play. As we said earlier, Dario Hand has been fouled out there, and Kildani will look to execute there. But they're asking for a video review.
We have an official coach's challenge from Coach Kildani on that last play. He wants to have another look at what happened on the contact situation.
Yeah, hopefully Kildani is trying to see if they can get an unsportsmanship foul to force them to have possession after that. And Ken Jones and Jan Davidson will be looking at the video review. But looking at the replay there, Majok aiming for the dunk as Dario Hand goes into his space. It looks like he touched his right arm as the ball came off the glass.
You know, when I look at that, to be honest with you, I don't think that, it should be taken further. I think that was just a fair challenge. He turned his body, he went up, he saw that the ball was going towards, the big man from South Sudan, Lebanon, but I think that was a fair challenge. But let's see exactly what the officials have got to say, and you can see that, they're all over this. And of course, with Tyler Merkovich and, with Kenny Jones and Jan Davidson, they'll make the right decision here. Let's hear, and we'll get the lowdown once they've established and understand exactly what their thoughts on this is.
So they really are questioning if there is intent and if they can upgrade the foul, and we'll just wait to see what the referees do after their conference.
And that will definitely be a very big call in this game. It's been very tight. We've talked about that throughout the game, and could come to be very important for them.
A lot of a lot of pressure at this moment. And the APR coach, of course, Coach Jack, watching on with Coach Peno. They'll want to know what the extent of this is. Well, Q, what have you got?
The game clock been adjusted from 25 to 26.1 seconds, and the foul will stay the same.
Thank you. Okay, so that was the there was no premeditated act of, you know, malvoyance or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. As that man, Ater Majok, goes to the free throw line, drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers as the 58th overall pick in the second round of the 2011 NBA draft. He's a UConn alumni and has traveled the world on all continents playing professional basketball. He's a very core member of this US Monastir side, and the man who scored the first 2 points in this game, and maybe the last.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Majok on the free throw line, of course, and looking to try and get the points, the vital points. We're just waiting for everything to be set up perfectly with the shot clock. I think that's been settled. Majok is being given the green light to try and get it, and he gets the first. 2-point lead, 75-73. And we know, obviously, what will happen if this goes in. It will be a 3-point game.
Yes, Majok, known for his defensive antics, always brings that extra oomph to any team. But now on the offensive side, scoring 2 very important points for the Tunisian champions.
26.2 seconds remaining. Here we go. Here's Noel. They've got to get a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer and a foul as Noel goes racing into the paint, draws the attention from Williams and Leani. Leani, I think, picks up the foul. And a timeout has been called, of course, because this is where we're at, Usher. 76-73.
Well, this is where you see the seniority of both coaches looking at the timing of their timeouts. Obadia Noel there with a great idea to drive into the paint for that 2, but he doesn't get it. The ball goes out of bounds. APR still have the ball possession, but now the big question, what do the coaches tell their players? Mazen Track has been saying the whole game they need to work on getting an open shot in there. They'll try to move that ball around, but looking at how he's been coaching this side, you get the feeling that they'll look for that 3-point shot, and if it drops, then we have a game on our hands, Robbie.
Yeah, well, I think that first of all we go to the, you know, they get possession. They've got to make sure that they get the play right, and I'm sure that they've worked on numerous situations like this, Q, you know, where they've set everything up. They know who's going to take the shot. I'm sure this is...
Yeah, the question really is, do they go inside and try to get the and one, or do they push for an outside shot? I guess we'll find that out on the baseline out of bounds, but they've got to try and get a shot within, and they've got to go quickly.
Well, Filer is the player who's been hot, you know, from distance. Of course, he's been hitting his 3-pointers. So I mean, you know, he's probably the go-to player. But at the same time, I think Moyo, yeah.
Moyo is the man with the hot hands, but we also know that Nshovozwa has done this before against Slack in season 2, shooting a buzzer beater.
Filer around the outside. Filer around the outside. There's the, oh, he doesn't manage to get it. And there's a foul as well. That is just great defense, but you've got to get those points. 10 seconds left to play. Free throw line, of course. Now, this scenario is, if you go for your first shot, you get it. Fair enough. And then for the second, you've got to make sure that it doesn't go in.
Well, we know from experience that 9.9 seconds is a lot of time in the game of basketball. But looking at Abdullah Nasser Ahmed, he has a lot of weight on his shoulders right now. Will he make it count? He shoots the first one.
First one in, 2 points. Now, watch out from Poyo. And Poyo for the rebound. You get this.
Well, he has a tough ask there because Gayaza Crawford and Majok in that paint will be contesting to get that rebound.
Well, no line violation, can't afford it. Nasser going up for his second, makes it a one-point game, it goes in. One-point game it is, and of course there's going to be a timeout called here, 10 seconds. 10 seconds to try and do something offensively, defensively. It all comes down to the wire for this wonderful advert for the Basketball Africa League. To be honest with you, US Monastir 2022 winners in the second season up against APR, who were really advertising Rwandan basketball on the highest level.
Well, talking about APR advertising Rwandan basketball, they've been doing this for a very long time. Their highest finish on the continent was a bronze medal in 2009 at home in Kigali at the Petit Stade, as it's called, which literally means small stadium. And you get the feeling that now that they're at the BAL, they want to replicate that. It's been a long time coming, 15 years. But the experience that they've had coming into the tournament, it's helped them to build a lot, and they're bringing that here.
With one-point game with just 10 seconds left, a quick foul, you imagine they're going to send them to the free throw line. Stats don't count when it comes to making free throws down the stretch. You got to pressure test the best shooters on the floor and see if they can make it, and they'll take the game from there.
US Monastir on 5 team fouls with APR just on 3, but you know, I think that this comes down to, I mean, it's gonna, the hot pressure cooker situation now, Usher. Tease this up perfectly for, you know, the play of the day. A buzzer beater, or how are you going to defend this? How are you going to keep hold of the ball here? You need to have your snake hands out in the masses to try and protect this. And Majok is not the player who's actually coming out onto the floor.
Well, we've had a lot of talking before the tournament with teams saying that they're going to execute and chase the title and blah, blah, blah. But now this is where we see who means business. 10 seconds to play with 1 point lead for US Monastir, and they have the possession.
Ganouni looking for Williams, looking for someone, trying to get the ball to someone. Always been taken out of his hands. Williams has it, and he gets fouled. And Adonis Filer is the player who fouls him. They get possession back, 6.2 seconds remaining. He nearly got his hands on the ball. There was nearly a close steal there.
Only the 4th team foul, so they've got to go again. It's going to be sideline out of bounds.
It is great from US Monastir to see how they're handling that ball. They're very careful. They expect that sort of tension and pressure from APR, who are now playing a man-to-man defense with just 6.1 seconds to play.
Majok comes on for Gayaza for this potentially, well, it's last play until the next foul, who knows. But Majok for the rebound, Majok in the paint, he's a handful, goes into the hands, always been flicked down, and there is a touch, they get possession back.
And you have a mismatch there with Ater Majok and Obadiah Noel.
Well spotted. Difference of about like sort of 2 feet.
Absolutely. But don't get mistaken, he can jump, that man Obadiah Noel. And Ganouni, who has been given the right to inbound that ball, but now it's Chris Crawford on the inbound. Emporio playing defense there as the referees look at the time. They have to make sure that it's perfect. 5.7 seconds to play.
Manawi will, it's Ganouni will have possession here. This is what they're trying to do. Ganouni, Crawford, contact from Filer, and that is the 5th team foul. They'll go straight to the, they get possession back.
It's
4.3 seconds remaining.
Very, very tense here from both sets of players. But US Monastir feel like they have the edge. They have a 1-point lead. It's 76-75 with 4.3 seconds to play.
And it's a free throw line, of course, because it's the 5th team foul. So this is a great opportunity for them to try and claw ahead. Crawford going up, gets his points, and you know where this is going. It's going very quickly up the other end of the court to see if someone can hit a three as Crawford tries to make it a three-point lead. And then if that happens, we know where we're going. Yeah, overtime.
Absolutely. It's
Crawford gets his third point. Filer picks it up. They need to get it up there. 3 seconds remaining. Noel goes for the three. Goes there. Oh my word! It's the buzzer beater. Oh my! Noel hits it. We go to overtime. 78-78. Oh man, this is madness.
This is the perfect way to start the Sahara Conference. Obadiah Noel. Perfect timing from the three-point line. No one saw that coming, but that's the experience that he brings here from the Westchester Knicks, and celebration from the Rwandan fans, the community here in Senegal, and the traveling ones that are celebrating this one. They give themselves another chance, but we have to go to the review here to see if indeed he made it on time.
No, the lights started after it left his fingers. There's no way you can stop having that on the score. Look at the clock up there as well. It was still on 0.2 second when it was floating. So that will be given. There you go. You can see from the clock there. That will be given. It's sorry, Q. Over to you.
I'm saying big-time players make big-time plays. That's a big shot, but there should still be a little bit of time left on the clock because of the time of the make, but nonetheless, what an opening game.
0.2 of a second. Yeah, it's true. But, you know, the fact is that that was a big play. That was extraordinary. And, you know, when you look at Obadiah Noel up to 15 points, I like the way, you know, that this tapestry is looking. But we're going to just see the officials. Q, over to you. What's happening?
We'll confirm we are going to overtime. Both teams going to get one timeout each, and it's game on.
Well, first game of the Sahara Conference, and we're going to overtime. Wow, perfect.
Listen, it couldn't have been set up in a better way. And we talk with the coaches, we listen to the players, we understand, you know, that all of these 4 teams in the Sahara Conference, just like in all of the conferences, they've raised their game. They want to come here and they want to be competitive. They want to fight. They want to fight with the best. US Monastir have conquered the continent. APR want to perform. They want to be here. They're here. And they've got rhythm and rhyme.
You talk about rhythm and rhyme. You can see how the fans are enjoying that in the stands in every possible way. But for APR, this is a big three-pointer for them. It gives them an opportunity to still go. Chris Crawford there questioning perhaps himself on that defensive end, going into that three-point, dropping in, but he couldn't have done anything else. He raised his hand, he played good defense, but Obadiah Noel, it was written in the stars for him to shoot and make it and force us to overtime.
Well, listen, Usher, you live in Rwanda. You understand what that bucket means to the people of Rwanda who love their basketball.
Yes, there's definitely celebrations from across the country, Rubavu, Nyagatare, Kigali, everywhere. People are celebrating that one, and obviously they've been seeing this team, they've been following the team from right when the season started this year. They got shaken up a little bit, losing to the Patriots in the first round, but they've been on the app, playing and preparing for this game, and they're showing US Monastir that yes, we respect you as the 2022 BAL champions, but we're here to mean business. But now it's overtime. Let's see who will win this game.
Listen, it's absolutely riveting, and the ideal way to kick off this Sahara Conference. Q, this is great to see. We don't often see overtime.
We don't often see overtime, man. I mean, what a way to open up the Sahara Conference. 2 premier guards in Chris Crawford and Adonis Filer starring for their teams, and we have a multitude of really great players going into double figures. Both teams have got 4 players into double digits, and we're into overtime.
Yeah, and we've never had overtime in the BAL. In all of the 4 seasons that we've actually had it, we've never been there. I'm pretty sure about that. Well, there's Layani just charging into the paint.
Well, looking at that drive there, Layani getting into a lot of traffic in the paint, but Abdallah Nasser Ahmed fouls, and Layani gets an opportunity to go to the free throw line. It's a good matchup between the two players. They've been growing into the game, and you can see that Coach Mazen insisting that, you know, he had his hands up, but it is a foul.
We're gonna check that fact. We're gonna find out if there was overtime. I can't remember overtime. Can you remember overtime?
No, I cannot remember any overtime.
Not off the top of my head either. I think this is our first one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Which is astonishing when you think about it. We've had some tight tussles. You know, we had the Petro, you know, buzzer beater against Ahly last year in the Nile Conference.
Lukeni scoring
yeah, exactly. Shabozwa scoring that three-pointer.
Against Slack, yes, absolutely.
So, you know, we've had those, like, you know, winning scores. I mean, riveting. Absolutely riveting. Riveting
APR.
I mean, we've seen some records broken, especially in the Nile Conference, point scoring blocks. We might as well have our first overtime.
Oh, listen, I bring it on. Marnawi technical, and there's Noel going straight up to the free throw line. And US Monastir, they've got a 2-point lead. That's going to be one.
That's interesting there for Obadia to score and give APR an opportunity to close that deficit. It's a 1-point game, 80-79 with US Monastir in the lead.
Five players on in double figures, of course, and on the other side, APR, you've got a Filer, Noel, and Poyo, and Hunt. Hunt's fouled out, of course, which is a bit of a blow for APR. Noel, Nasser, Robbins swings it out. Who's got possession? Got a chance. Well, he just drops it. There was a little, could have been a traveling call, but finally it goes up. That's a big long-range shot. It's being picked up once again. And look at that, the tussle on the ground. And excellent work there from Robbins, and it looks like APR will get possession.
APR will get the possession. They've shown a lot of effort there, fighting for that. They know that every possession counts here in this game. They've tested what it feels like to lose this game, so they will want to throw everything on the court and make sure they get one victory in their first game in the BAL.
Here's the captain, Robbins, in possession. There's a chance. It's a foul by Marnawi, and Marnawi, that's going to be his third foul, straight to the free throw line. And this tactic is a smart one because they're drawing a lot of attention, you know, with the passing of the ball around and just going into the paint, and, you know, they're getting tangled up and they're getting a little bit frustrated, US Monastir.
Yeah, we saw that in the third and fourth quarter for APR trying to, you know, force that three-point shot, but now they're asking those questions of Monastir, driving into the paint. They know that once they get in there, there will be contact, and because US Monastir are in the red, every foul will mean a trip to the free throw line, and Obadia has done well on the free throw line.
Oh, that's a great score as well, and they move a point ahead. APR, first time in quite a while that they haven't managed to have the lead, so that will give them a little bit of confidence. But when you've got Crawford and Co in possession, you know that this is super dangerous. Layani dancing around in the paint, trying to find a way up through. That's a good touch from Filer. Does have possession, puts it up for himself and scores the two. Look at that for a steal.
That's a big bucket there from Adonis Filer. You can see from the celebration, he hits his chest, and that's what it means for APR as they take a 3-point lead.
Layani, he's knocked Noel, and that is an offensive foul from Layani, who will pick up his second foul, and the Rwandan team sees control momentarily.
Well, this foul starting to play a role. That 1-point lead comes from a technical foul that Marnawi commits, and now there is another foul on the floor here. And fouls will be important, especially down the stretch.
With 1 minute and a half played so far in the game, you get the feeling that US Monastir have to keep their heads up if they want to contest this game further.
Noel down into the corner. Robbins is there. Goes around the outside, Williams, and tries to get past Williams. Williams just shifts his body a little bit and gets in the way. He's a very physical player, isn't he, Williams? So he'll immediately try and push himself into that position, and that should be that'll be his third foul, I think.
There's a lot of adrenaline on the court right now. Next to us, Robbie, we get to enjoy this sort of view, but Obadiah Noel getting consistent trips to the free throw line, and he's done well so far, scoring 3 times in the last 1 minute. He makes it 4.
And he's got the chance to nudge it up into 20 points if he gets his second. Coach Jack watches on. He's given a lot of energy in passing around, you know, the advice to his players. You know, this is overtime now, so where's this going? We don't know.
This is serious business. 100% scoring there for Obadiah Noel, the perfect signing for APR, as they have 5-point lead with 3 minutes 21 seconds to play so far. Timely timeout for Coach Kirdani. Timely timeout. He needs this one. He needs the players to calm down and get them focused once again to stay in it. It's still a lot of time to play in the game of basketball. You can see there's a lot of pressure on the bench with Crawford and Layani and Williams fouling in the last 1 minute.
And we've got, this is the biggest lead that APR have had in the entire game. US Monastir, quite familiar on a couple of occasions getting that 5-point lead. But this is a 5-point lead for APR. They'll like this scenario. They'll be happy in this scenario. Where is this going? We'll have to wait and see. Q.
Some strong words, especially for his 5 on the floor. He's, Coach Kirdani emphasizing that they have to make better decisions with ball in hand, and when it comes to what is happening on the floor. He wants a little bit more from his players, especially in his last 3 minutes and 21 seconds.
Well, talking about Coach Kirdani, obviously a Gezira legend, both as a player and coach, but also has coached the Saudi Arabia national team before joining US Monastir. There's a lot of pressure there on him, but also for the players. They know that so much is at stake. They remember what it felt like US Monastir to lose to AS Douane in that last game of the Sahara Conference last year that cost them the playoffs, and now they want to correct that wrong.
Williams. Noel keeping him in check. Crawford moves into space. It's out to Layani. Layani, that's a wonderful look at Nasser. And he's trying to say there was no contacts, but I think there is contact on Layani, and I'm sure that he'll go to the free throw line.
There looks to be contact, and Kingsley Ojeburu calls the foul on Abdallah Nasser. Quick turnaround there for Layani. And Abdallah Nasser asking for the video review.
That was a very close call, wasn't it?
Very close.
That was a very close call. Even Q is like got raised eyebrows.
That was a close call.
Layani gets the first, and that's his 4th personal foul. But what a great talent he is. Nasser has been very impressive, very physical, but also he plays a good defensive game, and we've seen him really quite happily charging into the offensive role and trying to charge through the paints and score.
Yes, indeed, especially in the absence of Dario Hunt, who was fouled out. He's doing a good job helping.
Oh, he chucks it out. That's a brilliant pass, but caught up in the traffic. And Poyo, there is a traveling call on him. Look at the way that they just prevented it. They closed down, and Poyo just didn't give him the light of day to do anything.
And that shows you the instructions from the coach to clog that paint on defense. 3 players against Mpoyo to deny him and regain possession for US Monastir. It's a 3-point game with 2:45 seconds to play.
That's a wonderful score there from Crawford. Look at that. He's up to 21 points with that sensational score. 2:22.
It is a one-point game.
Picked up by Leani. Crawford into Leani's hands, manages to keep it safe. Majok, one-point game as you mentioned. Crawford. Oh, it's a poor pass, picked up by Robbins, spotted Williams, just moving out to one of the wings.
And just looking at the stats there, 19 turnovers for US Monastir. That is absolutely crazy. And points from turnovers, 18 for APRs compared to 6 for US Monastir. As APR lose a third consecutive ball possession, 3 turnovers in a row. Very dangerous at this point in this game with 1 minute 39 seconds to play in overtime.
When you talk about that, Usher, they have taken good care of the ball generally, but the last 3 possessions uncharacteristic from APR in this contest.
They've lost the focus since that timeout, and US Monastir back with the rhythm.
It's been pinched, it's been stolen, there's a chance. Noel goes up, and it goes in. A good 2 points, he makes it safe. That is a big score, big score. 1:22 left to play.
It is a bucket and an opportunity to make it a 3-point play with Williams being called out for that foul. But look at the steal there from Obadia Paul. Very timely, easy layup for him as APR take a 3-point lead.
Comes in with the reputation of being a two-way player, and we've seen him pick up 3 big steals. That's the biggest one of them all.
And the touch of the right arm by Williams on his back as he just lifted off has really given Noel the chance to hit more fine shots from the free throw line, where he's been really strong.
Well, it's impeccable performance so far for Obadia Noel, who makes no mistake from the free throw line. 100% shooting, 8 for 8 for the American.
Crawford goes up for a big bucket. Taken back by Leani. Back out to Majok. 4 points separating these 2 teams. We're in overtime, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching around the world. We are so content to have you following us off the leg or the thigh of Noel, and they get possession back out wide less than a minute to go here.
Importantly, they get a shot clock reset.
Well, you get to see both teams switch turn. Now is not the time to make mistakes, as US Monastir still have ball possession, but big defensive play there from Adonis Filer and his teammates.
Crawford, Majok, oh, nearly taken out of the hands by Noel. Williams goes through the paint, tries to flick it over the top, and US Monastir very frustrated. Majok commits the foul on Noel.
It is a big play there from Abdallah Nasser, who is creating problems for his former under-18 coach, Kirdani. Big rebound. They've been struggling the whole game, APR, with defensive rebounds and even offensive rebounds. But Obadia Noel going to the free throw line again in this game. Is 8 for 8, and that could play a big difference in determining the result of the game.
Probably the one guy you don't want to send to the free throw line, but I hope I'm not putting the blinkers on him either.
You usually do, Q, so you know, wouldn't surprise me. You're okay for this one. You're right on Q.
Q, your record, I don't know what to say, but it's okay. The man is 9 for 9.
Yeah, but now we're going to put Q in the hot spot, because can you tell us what the record is for free throw shots and 100% records in the BAL?
Now you really have got me.
Oh, he's missed it. 9 from 10. There you go. I jinxed him. You didn't.
No, but they get possession back. Absolutely, Robbie. They get possession back, and they get to determine how this game can end. Oh, that's a big long shot.
Long-range shot. Trying to get his hands on the ball. Flings it back out. Nasser, they go again. Oh, my. This is fantastic play. This is Filer. Into the corner, tries to get the ball back out, does have it. There's the long-range shot, and it's taken by that man. Majok can't find Ganuni. Filer. 7 seconds in overtime. First. Well, this is just, look at that. That is just so impressive. Look at that for APR. Can't believe what they've managed to achieve here. They have just produced an incredible overtime victory against US Monastir, winning by 5 points. This is remarkable. This is history. This is the BAL.
This is the BAL. Big result for the Ahly side. The Rwandan champions, at the first time of asking, register their first victory in the Sahara Conference. It is celebrations across Kigali, across all neighborhoods, across the country. They have made history. Beaten BAL 2022 champions US Monastir, and they will be celebrating this one. It is sad for Kirdani, who has gotten a rude welcome to the BAL, but looking at the Rwandan fans who live here in Senegal and those that have traveled and how they're celebrating, it means so much for them. It's not just a victory. They'll take this one home and celebrate it.
So in 2022, Espoir Fukash and Cape Town Tigers, first overtime in the BAL history. Second time it is for this BAL, of course, in its 4th season. So we have had one. We've got 2 now. But what a second one it was. I think we just need to say that that is incredible.
This is absolutely incredible. It's a big result for them. And looking at the figures there, you have 5 players for Monastir in double digits, 21 for Marcus Crawford, but obviously Obadiah. Game high, 24 points, tied with Filer, and you get the feeling that it's amazing.
Okay, let's go in here from Obadiah Noel, who for a post-game interview.
Thank you very much for your time, Obadiah. 24 points, but most importantly, preparation. At the end of the day, it just comes down to who's in better shape. Overtime's extra minutes. And I know we practice hard. We run every practice, so prepared for moments like this. And that's why we was able to get the W. What goes through your mind, especially down the stretch? You got the final possession, and you pull up and make that 3 under pressure. Mamba mentality. Kobe, my favorite player. The whole time, after the free throw, I knew I was going to shoot that shot. And thank God it went down. But yeah, just Mamba mentality. I know this is your first game in the BAL-Africa League. What are your thoughts on what you've just experienced in your first outing? Man, this environment is crazy. They've been in the zones the whole game. The crowd is going wild. I love it. It's not something I'm used to in the G League, so it's a great experience. Important that you picked up this first one? Yes, sir. We need that one, for sure. Congratulations. Thank you, thank you.
Obadiah Noel with the reaction, and yeah, it's fascinating, you know, keeping such a cool situation to hit that 3-pointer to take it to overtime, you know. MVP
of the game, absolutely. But for APR, they get the ground running here in the Sahara Conference. They'll get their confidence, and now beating Monastir, but also really a rich side that has won the tournament before, means so much for them.